Okay, so I know we usually jump right into things, maybe something high energy, but today
Well,
we need to start with a bit of a pause, actually.
mhm.
The news that came out today about Sam Rivers, the bassist, founding member of Limp Bizkit, passing away at 48, it just, it hits hard.
It really does, yeah. It's
Yeah.
one of those moments that it stops you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Especially, like, if that band was a big part of your soundtrack, maybe, late teens, early 20s.
Totally.
That
Late
era,
teens.
and 48 is just so young.
Yeah.
Suddenly, this huge piece of music history feels kind of fragile.
Absolutely. And there's like this undeniable weight to that loss, but almost immediately it forces you to pivot, right, to appreciating the art he left. Just incredible, unique stuff.
Yeah.
The music, the stage presence, and really the rhythm he gave to a whole generation.
Exactly. And, looking through the sources, the background you pulled together, there's this really human story there, too, behind the shock of it all. Like, even these figures who seem kind of larger than life on stage, commanding these massive arenas, they're dealing with struggles, health stuff that we never see.
Yeah, completely hidden sometimes.
And that feels like the really essential thing here, the empathetic part we have to acknowledge before we kind of get into his legacy properly.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's unpack that legacy, starting like right at the beginning, because it's almost a classic rock story, isn't it, how we started?
It really is. Sam Rivers. Just this raw talent. And Fred Durst discovering him when he was only, 18?
18 years old, playing in some tiny bar in Jacksonville. It's wild.
Think about that. Just a kid, basically. And Durst walks in and just sees, I don't know, lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
And what's really fascinating reading about it is that Durst apparently said it wasn't just that he was good, it was, like, transformative. He said the moment he saw Sam play, everything else just disappeared.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the definition of raw talent right there.
It is.
And it really points to the unique role Sam played in that band. He wasn't just, background. He wasn't filler.
No way.
He was the engine, the foundation.
And this is where, for people listening who really know the music, we should probably get specific.
Yeah.
Because when you took a Limp Bizkit sound, people mention the vocals, the guitars.
Of course.
But the soul of that whole nu metal thing, a lot of that came from Sam's bass.
Yeah.
He wasn't just dropping anchor, like you said. He was kind of driving the car.
So how did he do that? I mean, the sources mention a specific approach, right? Something that set him apart.
Yeah, well, it's this combination, really. Aggression, but also precision. He used this really heavy, distorted tone, right? Often playing low drop tune stuff to match the 7-string guitars. That gave them that massive low-end weight. But the real nugget, the thing that was his, was the rhythm structure.
Ah, the syncopation they talk about.
Exactly. Heavy syncopation, lots of sharp percussive slap bass techniques, but not just for show,
Right, it served the song.
He used it to create these grooves that were almost working against the drum beat sometimes, made the whole rhythm section feel constantly edgy, off-kilter, aggressive, which was perfect for nu metal.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Think about tracks from Significant Other. He's laying down these really tricky, almost funk-inspired patterns under those huge guitars.
Right.
That album wasn't just like a moment for the genre. It really pushed the boundaries of what nu metal could do technically. And Sam's pulse, that syncopated thing, was absolutely central to that whole sound.
It explains why they blew up so fast. He was giving that heavy sound, this complexity, but it was still something you could move to, almost danceable in a really aggressive way.
Yeah. He was the anchor, like you said, but a really, really nimble one.
And a loud one.
Definitely loud. And, well, that success, right? That huge, instant global fame after the first few records. That brings us kind of neatly to the other side of the coin.
The pressure.
The immense pressure. Being the pulse, like Durst called him, of a band that massive.
Yeah, the sources definitely hint at the cost of that success. The nonstop touring, the public eye, the creative demands. It clearly took a toll. We saw glimpses over the years, didn't we? Some of the specific challenges he was facing.
Yeah, I mean, sources covering the band's history, they don't really shy away from it. They mention his struggles. There were widely reported issues with drinking, for example.
Right, I remember that.
Which eventually led to him needing to take breaks from the band.
Yeah.
Stepping away at different points over the last couple of decades.
And that's the part we often miss as fans, isn't it? That switch from the spotlight, the stage lights, to the darkness of those personal battles. We hear the music, but we forget the human being trying to navigate all that intensity.
And that's where his story gets nuanced, I think. It wasn't just the struggle. It was also the resilience, you know?
How so?
Well, it takes incredible strength to actually step away when you need to say, okay, I need to prioritize my health. And then to find your way back to that intensity, back on stage, back with the band, playing the music he clearly loved. That kind of comeback takes, I don't know, a really deep sense of purpose.
It really makes you pause and think, doesn't it? For all us listening, I mean, if someone who could command a stadium stage needed to hit the brakes, needed to focus on recovery, shouldn't we all be paying more attention to our own rhythms?
Absolutely.
Success, or even just feeling like you're constantly on stage in your job or your life. It doesn't make you immune to stress or health issues. Not at all.
It's such a good reminder. Checking in with yourself isn't optional, is it?
Yeah.
Whether you're playing bass for 50,000 people or just trying to hit a deadline.
Totally. And speaking of sort of coming back in relationships,
Yeah.
the depth of connection within the band really comes through now, doesn't it? Fred Durst's message about Sam.
Yeah.
It was clearly way more than just like colleagues.
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
It went way beyond that. He called Sam the pulse beneath every song, the calm and the chaos, the soul and the sound. That's not just standard bandmate talk.
No.
That's like
brotherly.
Forged in that intense pressure cooker of making something huge together. They were the originals.
Yeah.
You know?
You can feel that bond reflected in the grief right now, too. Looking online, the fan response. It's this mix of immediate sadness, but also this really powerful nostalgia. People sharing clips, memories, not just the big singles, but specific bass lines, that groove you talked about.
Yeah.
The thing that made them feel something, maybe 20 years ago.
And that's the real definition of impact, isn't it? When it goes beyond just sales figures and lodges itself in the emotional memory of people, the feeling he created.
And what's kind of amazing, and something sources were pointing out even just this past summer, that energy was still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw recent clips from the festivals like Reading Festival, and the band was still performing with this incredible raw intensity after all the years, all the challenges, the breaks. Sam was still up there laying down that foundation.
Wow.
That dedication, despite everything. It's a really powerful final image of him.
It really makes you appreciate the commitment involved, doesn't it? To sustain a career, a passion for that long through all the bumps in the road. And maybe that's the biggest takeaway for us, really, to look around our own lives and, you know, appreciate the people who are the quiet engines, the heartbeat figures maybe, who keep things running without always being in the spotlight.
So if we kind of pull it all together, what's the final thought? We're mourning Sam Rivers, yeah. This incredible bassist who helped define a sound, a brother to his bandmates, the literal heartbeat of a generation's music. And we're reminded that even behind the biggest stage shows, there are these quiet battles happening.
Yeah. It really calls us to reflect, I think. Appreciate the art, definitely. But maybe appreciate the artist even more. Take care of yourself. Acknowledge that even the strongest rhythms, the most complex ones, they need breaks. They need care to keep that tempo going.
That's a great reminder for everyone listening. Hold your people close, appreciate your own rhythm, and, well, if you need a blast of that unique, heavy, low-end energy right now...
You know what to do.
You know exactly what to put on.
Yeah, put on some significant other, feel that specific syncopated slap, you know, and play your own soundtrack loud.
Definitely. Next week, we are going to pivot, another big story that's trending right now, but we promise, something significantly lighter on the emotional side of things.
Okay, good.
So until then, stay tuned and take care of your rhythm.